Yeah.
That's
We're gonna be bouncing it out.
yeah, that's why I said just leave it. You know, just to, hey, we're live.
Let's
so
just leave it open.
because in case somebody comes in, they might bring in a topic or something.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I'm gonna be calling in some topics too.
We're live, Henry. So you better.
You ready?
The Renegade Repo fans want to hear some stuff.
All right, come on, let's do
right.
this.
You ready?
Cedric Ceballos, NBA legend,
All
right
right.
here.
Right, I'll see you guys. All right, see how it is. Get ready. We got 3.
Even though the rain is coming down, it's still not going to stop our sunshine. We have an opportunity to grab hold of what they call energy, and energy always comes in different forms. It depends on exactly how you want to gather that energy. Welcome to Transamerica's Group office. This is their media room right here. We're live on WEI Network. My guy,
Media.
my guy, Henry just popped in and just corrected me. But you know we're live right now. Don't be coming in here talking like that. But I am more your narrator of this situation right now. Cedric Ceballos, former NBA All-Star, a veteran, philanthropist, also at this moment vice president, one of the vice presidents of the Dallas Mavericks. Go Mavericks, go Mavericks, go Mavericks. Luka, you know you are our Rookie of the Year. Dirk, appreciate your services. One of the best Hall of Fame persons. I was just throwing that in because these guys that are sitting next to me, they're big Miami Heat fans.
That's right.
I mean, huge Miami Heat fans. And these two
All
individuals, gather up the company called Gwick. It's a wonderful, the first social media gift card
Yes, sir.
services that you can get a hold of, and not only gift card because you see them all the time, but you can also send a message as well and go back and forth and share a lot of things on social media as you gift other people and re-gift other people. And the gentleman next to me, Mr. Ken Cage, you probably, well, I don't know if you really want to actually see this gentleman, because if you see this gentleman, that means some of your property is being repossessed.
I hope so.
And it is mostly high-end vehicles such as airplanes, vehicles, as cars, and also vessels as in boats.
Yes, sir.
Has the Airplane Repo show on Discovery Channel. And usually your sidekick is with you, but is he out getting?
He's preparing, and he's going to be calling in.
Danny's calling in?
Yeah, you're going to be able to talk to him.
Okay, so he'll call in. And this roundtable is just, it's no really particular topic. We're going to get into, obviously, what all of these gentlemen do, but in anything and everything that we're just going to throw out on the table. We've been talking kids, we've been talking experiences, but let's start first up, because obviously we've seen you tons of time on television. Let's start with the Gwick guys and explain exactly how this came about. Ross, Samuel, you guys know.
So, I went to FAU. Me and Sammy grew up together in Boca Raton, Florida. Been best friends with him since we were both 4 years old.
The hard knock life in Boca Raton.
But yeah, it was a weird occurrence that happened my junior year of college at FAU. It was my birthday, and I was receiving a lot of text messages and phone calls for my birthday. My grandparents and parents would send me birthday cards, but that's about it. So I walked out of class one day, and I got a text message from one of my best friends. And I called him and said, hey, you're not going to send me a FaceTime or give me a phone call for my birthday. So I realized with technology and the way people are using phones, I wanted to create a better gifting, more personal experience, but using the way people operate on a daily basis. So that's when the idea of Gwick sparked, which is a word, gift quick. That's how we came up with it. And Gwick is a social gifting app where we're partnered with 180 national gift card brands, where you can attach video picture messages and send it to people within the app or by text message or email, where those gift cards are then stored on an activity feed where people can socialize, they can like the pictures, they can see what their friends are doing within the app, and then all the gift cards are stored within your own mobile wallet within the app, where you could go into a store such as Nike, use the barcode, or you can use the card number, PIN number online to purchase. So it's about creating a better gifting experience, more personal experience within gifting.
That's tremendous. I always wondered if this was universal. When my grandparents and aunts and uncles would send me birthday cards, and you can probably contest to this, Did you open the card and dump out the envelope first to see if anything came
Always
out?
shake it. You have to do the shake.
Always to see if something was inside first.
Always.
But you would always get like, from, the weird aunt and uncle when I was like 10 would send me the Barnes and Noble gift card, and I'd be like, I don't want a Barnes and Noble gift card. But it was I was always trying to see what's in there. But
You know what really pissed me off when they send a check. I used to I don't have a my mom's got it and she's gonna control it. I'll never get this money. I know it's dangerous to send cash, because you usually don't try to send too much. But when they send a check, I used to be like, oh man, I can't stand that auntie. It's a situation like that.
No, yeah, and I honestly don't know this guy. I just like wearing his shirt just to rep it. But no, we've been best friends for the past, I'd say probably, 19, 20 years.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but we're the gift card business, the gift card industry is so impersonal already.
Right.
What we're trying to do is make it more personable. At least for myself, and I can speak on behalf of Ross, but usually when you're in a predicament or a situation where you maybe forgot a gift or you don't know what particularly to get someone, you resort to a gift card, and we're trying to take you out of that situation and make it more personable. So for all the young folks out there, it's more along the lines of a Venmo, but with gift cards. For the older folk who don't really know how to use technology as well as us younger guys do, it's basically a social gift card app where you can send digital gift cards. So it's all on your phone, and no matter your location or where you are in the U.S., you can, if you're in Florida, you can send your kids gift cards in L.A., in New York, wherever you are. It's all in an instant with a couple touches on your phone. And we're just really trying to change up the industry. We're trying to evolve into what we're doing these days, which is Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. We all like to be in each other's business, so why not do that with gift cards?
And the biggest thing is, I have tons of gift cards in the drawer in the kitchen. And then I get someplace and I go, oh man, I got this, I got this and that, and to have it on my phone would just be excellent. And also, not only that, you guys can re-gift the gift cards. That's what's amazing.
Exactly. So if I send Sammy a $100 gift card to Nike and he only uses $50, he can re-gift the remaining balance, $50 to someone within the app, and they have no idea that it was re-gifted. So it's a new gift that you're sending. So a gift that was meant for one could wind up being 2, 3, 4 people.
So it's potentially that office party person that keeps re-gifting a gift that they got from another office party at another, they're going to be in trouble. They're going to be in trouble.
They could be in trouble, And we're also going to be going towards there's a lot of B2B for elements here for businesses. We have one of our friends right now owns a call center, and he uses it as a way to incentivize and reward his employees. So he doesn't have to go to in a store anymore to go buy physical gift cards in bulk. He can simply go on our app, put in his credit card, and send it to all his employees within seconds. So it's an easy way to use it for businesses as well.
Yeah, can I be honest here with you for a second? We all know. Let's just
we want you to lie. We want you to lie.
I do that a lot when I have business. The truth is, when you get a gift card, somebody forgot or was lazy, right? So what you're doing is with the personal message.
Right.
That's what I love about it. Because all right, so I forgot, but at least I took the time to give you a personal message. Yeah. So you've made what we all know is a total forget.
Right.
Drop the ball to something that's cool.
Right. You're clutch.
And that's where
clutch in the situation.
That's how I felt about the text messaging. So I was trying to make. It's the same thing. Like we're doing a text on our platform, but you can add a video picture message, and add a comment to it to make it more personal.
Right. I love that part. That's the best part because that takes something.
At the end of the day, going into a store to buy a gift card or bulk gift cards is a straight thing of the past. Right now we are in a digital era where everything that you do these days, whether it's business, personal, whatever it is, it's on your phone. Right. So at the end of the day, it's what it is.
Right.
The most important thing is, how's your basketball games? Because we hear a lot of trash talking, and I know you guys have been buddies for a while, but does that leave, or do you Magic and Isaiah kiss on the cheek before y'all play that type of thing?
I was the tennis player. I used to play a lot of
excuses are coming.
No. I got a good story. I got a good story for you. So I was the tennis player. I started playing a lot of USTA tournaments. But my last year of playing basketball was 7th grade. So at our school, there's an A and B team, right? All my friends are basketball players. They all play basketball. But I was, pretty athletic, the fast one, could have, point guard. So I told my
When
mom,
people start to bounce like this, that's when the excuse is coming. When you're like, when I really got, and then I was in the 7th, and then
so I was
heavy.
my 8th grade year was the last year I went out, and my 7th grade year, and only 3 of us made the A team. So all my friends afterwards were like, "You're a tennis player. You shouldn't be playing," and blah blah blah. But yeah,
we are still competitive. He's good at tennis for sure, but if he tries me on the basketball court, there's no way he touches me.
shut it down.
Cedric, have you ever lost in a game of basketball to a tennis player before?
Once.
Wow.
I have once.
Who's that?
Boris Colodjo, he's an actor now, but he used to be a very good tennis player. And then also another gentleman named Dirk Nowitzki was a great tennis player too as well. So
Was he a
Big
tennis
serve?
player?
yeah, he was
Big serve?
yeah, he was a huge tennis player.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah. So only those two, but those two, Boris is 6'5", very athletic, gorgeous to the bone, no homo right there, he goes to the bone. But and Dirk is 7 foot with a serve, that's just super mean. But once he serves and you return it, you got Dirk. That's the hard part, just returning it. Yeah, he's not moving on. He's old business right there.
Yeah, it's funny being such a fan of the NBA and like knowing your skill set and what you've done in your career. I get so excited when I talk about basketball, but there's nothing I would love more than to run a game of 5-on-5. Me and you, this chemistry we'd have. I mean,
I'm
I'm
the
doing
aggressive one,
you.
trust me.
You come down, wham it in there. It's we do.
As
some
long as
damage.
you're on my squad, because if you don't know the squad, then
I feel like I give you a little bit of
it's a-
pressure.
it's a
I
total,
tee you up a little bit.
it's
Yeah, I know
a-
you're 6'8" over here, but I got you. I got you on a little block.
I won't get angry, but I'll definitely be negotiating a wonderful deal. Speaking of negotiating a wonderful deal, if you haven't seen on the Discovery Channel Airplane Repo, this gentleman right here really goes into negotiations when it comes to taking these high-end properties from individuals. But it seems like to me, and let me ask you, everybody wants to see you hurt.
That's true.
I mean, I saw the episode when you were underneath the boat and dragging you and that whole thing. Why do they are they mad at you for doing your job?
Well,
you were
we're-
hired to do something.
My people on Facebook Live should answer that question. Why do you want to see me get hurt so bad? That's their favorite episode. Is watching me get bounced around underneath a speedboat with bumpers and fenders and a cameraman falling on me. And I was getting pissed at the cameraman who's going to work on the new show with us. But yeah, they love to see me get cranked a little
Where
bit.
did it start? I mean, was this as a kid, did you want to be a bounty hunter, or where did this?
I wanted to be Cedric Ceballos when I was a kid. Seriously,
Out of Philadelphia?
I want to be a pro basketball player.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a 6 foot, 210 pound power
Dynamo.
forward.
And you can tell on Facebook Live it adds some height to him when he.
Yeah,
You said down.
I'm 6 foot, and I was a power forward, so I had no shot at that. I always wanted to be a pro athlete or something in that. Honestly, the company it kind of fell on my lap a little bit. I had worked for Chrysler, big company. I was tired of working for big companies. 600 plus people in my office. It's like, this sucks. So Bob Weeks is a friend of mine growing up, and we kind of just talked, and we're both like, yeah, we want to invest in our own company. We looked at over 100 companies, and this one just kept coming back to us again and again. At first, my wife, she said, no way in hell. You are not repoing this stuff. It's too dangerous. At the time, our youngest was 6 months old.
Yeah.
So she's like, there's no way. You're not doing that. It's too dangerous. We happened to trip across a 3-minute segment on a show at 11:30 at night in the middle of the summer. She and I, we were both watching. Guy repoed an airplane in and out, 3 minutes, gone in the air. And we look at each other. That's not that dangerous.
Right.
And she gave us the blessing. We were both wrong. We both had no idea what we were doing. But 14 years later, been on the front cover of the Wall Street Journal, which is probably the coolest thing I've done.
Well, you would think that the danger part would be out of because of the high end. Like,
Right.
you're taking a Lamborghini. What guy is coming out with a baseball bat that owns or used to own a Lamborghini and probably in a big house or something? And his frustrations wouldn't be on the repo guy; they would be on.
Well, so a lot of them, and you know this, in your industry, you deal with multimillionaires. A lot of them feel very entitled, and Peter's showing me his golf club in case I steal something. Yeah, they feel entitled. They bought it. They should get to keep it, whether they pay for it or not. yeah, there's other aspects. Danny and I went down to Jamaica to repo an airplane. It was a drug mover.
Wow.
I said, Danny, go take a look at the perimeter, see if there's an opening. I'm going to go into the FBO office. All of a sudden, Danny comes into the office with me, like white as a ghost, eyes wide, like I've never seen him shaking. Danny, what the hell's going on? He goes, 2 guys just put an AR-15 in my chest, told me to leave. Wow. I'm like, you made a good choice.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's a lot of different parts of it. We do end up with a lot of planes and even boats that move drugs. Well, when you're dealing with those people, all bets are off.
Do you guys have any like security that you guys?
Danny is the security officer.
Yeah.
So I'm licensed in the state of Florida. I can't breach the peace, which means I can't yell, can't scream and holler, can't get in a fight. Danny's my bodyguard.
Got it.
And you know, you've seen Danny on the show. Danny's a big dude, and he's trained, and he's mean.
He's not a good runner though. Danny, we're gonna have to work on your strides. I mean, you got too much upper body. Got to work on leg day every now and then. So
his legs are huge, which is why they don't move well.
Yeah.
So he takes care of. He's my bodyguard on the cases. He's also he's a bounty hunter that's apprehended over 3,500 fugitives himself.
Yes.
Wow.
So he's an amazing investigator. Quick story with that: we were filming first season down Lake Okeechobee, and we can't find the airplane, so we're going to go to the house of the owner and try to find the balloon. And we ended up finding some information, but we went to the neighbor's house to knock on the door to see that way. He steps on the porch of the next door's neighbor's house, and he immediately goes, "Stop!" And the whole crew, "Stop!" And we all stop. I'm like, "Danny, what's going on?" "Back up." "Okay, what's going on?" "Just go." He goes, looks around, he says, "All right, we're clear." I'm like, "What the hell was that?" He goes, "There's squatters here. It's like a drug house," because he said they hollowed out the floorboard of the patio. So he's like, when they do that, they're squatting inside, and there's a drug house.
Yeah.
And you knew that just from stepping on the deck. You know what I mean? He just like immediately. That's what Danny does. Like he's got so much investigative experience, so much strength.
And he's also great at I wouldn't say negotiating, but he calms a lot of people down. You know, to be such a big guy, he go, "Come on now, like come on now." I watched him a couple of episodes going, you know, just it's gone, bro, it's gone. Just calm down, and you know that's another great situation about him. So where's the episodes going from now? Is it continuing, or is more seasons?
Well, we're doing a new show.
Okay.
And it's going to be just Danny and I this time, so we can go much more in depth into the cases. We'll show more investigations. We'll show Henry Miller, who's with Transmedia. He's our guy. Took us into GA Telesis today, an aviation company, and one of the guys is an aviation fanatic, and he's like, "How do you fly these things? Like, you don't run them up, you don't do this." I'm like, "Well, we do. We just can't show it." I said, "But in the new show, we can show it." He goes, "People will be fascinated with that." So that's the kind of stuff when we're just doing, instead of 14 minutes tops and bouncing back and forth, we can show 45 minutes straight of us, which means we can show the investigations more, which is what the fans wanted to see. Yeah. We can show the maintenance side and the aviation side more, which is what the aviation fans want to see. So it's going to be called Renegade Repos. I told you already, right? My wife came up with the name. I got to be on record. That thing better be filmed. My wife came up with the name Renegade Repos. It's all her. And we're going to start filming hopefully by the second week in September. More
repos, more excitement, and more pain to this guy. You got, because that's what they want. They want to see you
hurt.
hurt.
They want to see you hurt.
And, you know.
I got the big gash on my head in the boat one. People love that.
Have you ever really gotten hurt on the show?
Yeah, I've gotten.
Like, give us like your worst episode. Like, what was the worst thing that happened to you?
Whether or not it was filmed or not, you know.
Yeah, I mean, when I was on the boat and got jerked off the
boat. Yeah.
It's a different kind of show.
Jerked.
Oh, okay.
Whoa. The boat jerked. I fell and hit my head on the ladder, and it sliced it open.
Ooh.
Wow.
That was one. I mean, there's a lot because you're always climbing and jumping and running, and I mean, I got hit by a car. But it was only going like 4 miles an hour, so it wasn't bad. It was mostly salad.
Okay, was it a prop car or was it a real car?
No, it was a real car, the owner's car. He was trying to block us from the steps of the airplane.
See reality TV at reality.
Yeah.
It's funny, you know, you think people watch your show because it's a good, you know, it's definitely a good show, but really, when you get hurt, that's when they tune in. It's like they just want to see you hurt.
So we'll have a fan vote to see what body part gets hurt each episode.
No way.
And then we'll announce a winner. We'll give them a quick card.
I like that.
And then we got the infamous voice that just comes in and starts narrating the show. I don't know where that voice
Yeah, I don't
comes
know where that's come from either.
in you guys' profession, any injuries and any sliced cards could come across? I mean, you've been sending too many cards and you get anything like that?
If Ross says the wrong thing, I'll give him a little jab, something like that,
That's on a daily basis.
That's on a daily basis. That's cool. So where do you guys go from here? Like obviously getting that notoriety, getting that name out. Are you full blown up and running now?
No, we're just starting. We're just we launched about 7.5 months ago, and our goal is to get to the masses, and we're still trying to figure out how we're going to do that. Yeah. But I mean, a lot of our viewers, you see us on Facebook, you see us on Instagram, you see the ads we're creating. It's just what ways can we get out to people, and how can we get people to trust us enough to actually use us? And we have a great product. We have a product that works, and our fraud protection system. We can save credit cards. We have a very all-inclusive instrumental app that we just need to get out to you guys.
Yeah, and we're partnered right now with a company called Incom, which is the largest gift card manufacturing and distribution company. So we have over 180 national brands on our platform. So there's a huge variety of brands that you can buy from. And yeah, the next step for us is to really identify how to get the users on our platform, ongoing activation, but also, like I said before, getting to the B2B market, because we think it's a huge void in a lot of businesses today because they buy bulk gift cards, still physical gift cards. Right. So with our platform, what we're planning on doing is actually white labeling our product, so we can go into businesses with 1,000 to 20,000 employees, where they can have their own platform that a CEO can create a video for the holidays, and someone can, in their HR or in management, can by department or select all and send it out instantly to these employees.
Also, getting into schools is a big thing. Yeah. Our demographic really, at least originally what we thought was kind of 20 to 30-year-olds, people, kind of, students that graduated out 2-3 years out of college, but our main demographic right now is middle-aged women who are mothers and aunts. They gift their kids, or even older aunts that have grandchildren and great nephews and great nieces. So we're really our demographic is really middle-aged women. They're the ones with the credit cards, and they're the ones who are, at least in my case, I have my aunt giving me gift cards.
As we started doing, we have some promotions on the app, where you can go get a Chipotle gift card, $10 gift card for $5. You can get an Uber gift card, $20 gift card for $10. So since we're partnered with these companies, we'll always have promotions and added values. We're going to be partnering with companies, and bringing just added value. And one of the things we're also doing is we want to be a platform that's not just simply a reseller of gift cards. Right. We want to help people know what to gift other people from.
Yeah, because not only the old lady going, I want to give my nephew something good, some underwear be good for my nephew. But
especially when he forgets going to school. He's the one that needs the underwear.
That's right. You guys have two programs I'm really falling in love with. One is the extra change on your card. You kind of want to start doing that towards, you have an opportunity to throw that towards charity, but also for the college student in their bookstores. And explain a little bit of that, Ross.
Yeah, so right now we're in the talks with a company that's going to allow us to get out to, it could be from around 300 college bookstores, where we would have college bookstore gift cards on our platform, where students can go in, buy digital gift cards, and parents could send their kids digital gift cards that they can use towards books or anything within bookstores. Right. So that could be a very cool platform. But it's also a way, when I was in college, when we were in high school, we would always buy gifts for each other. But when everybody went away to different schools, it was hard. So I wasn't going to go and buy them a gift. I wasn't going to go and buy a physical gift card. But now with Gwick, you can go on Gwick, buy a digital gift card, and send it to someone who's in your contacts list, who's on the platform, by text or email. They get a link to our app where the gift card's already waiting for them within the platform. But it also takes away the cheap factor. College students don't have a lot of cash. They don't have a lot of money, they're getting through school, maybe working a couple of jobs. But for people that you care about, you might want to send a gift. but no one really gives people $5 or $10 in cash. But on Gwick, you could someone a, you know, say, have a drink on me tonight. This lunch is on me. I hope you have a great day.
Yeah.
So we have that opportunity to provide for students and kids.
Yeah, I would love that. I mean, in my college days, we starved completely. I was a top ramen and hot dog guy, so you know, getting a $5 Chipotle or McDonald's or anything would have been, you know, supreme. And then, like you said, it takes a second. It doesn't really cost much because sending $5, $10, $20 is a little expensive. But this way, you know, obviously, when we did get book money, the money didn't go to books.
Right.
It went to something else, and then we go, oh, well, can I borrow your book? Because I spent my book money on something else.
Yeah.
You know?
What are you spending it on?
I'm 53. We spend on books. I don't know what he's talking about. That's what happens when you're a great NBA player. You gotta spend your book money on
All right. Well,
better noodles.
you've asked us a lot of questions. Let's kind of gear it towards you.
Okay.
You know, growing up, when did you see that you were bound for, you know, I don't want to say the NBA, but when did you see that you were better than most of your competition, or when did you see that your hard work paid off, and how you kind of?
I'm still waiting on that moment. But for me, it was, you know, it's funny. Keith Starr, he played in the NBA. Went to Pittsburgh, played basketball, and played for the Chicago Bulls for maybe 2 or 3 years. He was my assistant coach at Cal State Fullerton. My senior year, he shook me. He grabbed me and shook me because Jerry West and Mitch Kupchak came in our gym to watch us play Santa Barbara. And I was like, who's Jerry West? Like, wow, it's Jerry West. And I was like, what is Jerry West? You know, he must here to see Eric MacArthur because he was the leading rebounder in the nation at the time, and I was second to Eric, so I'm like, oh, he must be here to see Eric and this, that, and this is during warm-ups. He pulls me over and was like, you idiot, what are you talking? He is here to watch you. Get your together, and you know, this is your shot. These gentlemen are here to see you play against somebody who's supposed to be one of the top defenders, and this, that, and the other. So, you know, I think at that moment is when I really, I just, you know, Cal State Fullerton was a big baseball school. We got tons of baseball players that go to the pros. We had a couple, Leon Wood, Henry Turner, Richard Morton, Ozell Jones. They dabbled in the NBA, but never really stuck. So I just thought that Fullerton was just a smaller school that I knew I would have fun and enjoy. I've been about an hour from where I grew up, so I know my mom and friends and family could drive an hour to Orange County and watch me play. But at that time, and that might have been 6 games left in my senior season, is when he really woke me up. Like, you got an opportunity, and my statistics were there. I was top 10 in scoring in the nation. I was second in rebounding, up in steals too as well. But I just didn't think, you know, I was what the NBA wanted. And you know, when I got in the NBA, it was a point of, let me grab some jerseys, some practice jerseys, and some autographs, and get on out of here. Just stay a couple for a cup of coffee and get out of here. You know, I mean, and every time we would play a superstar, you know, we in Chicago and we play Michael. I get in the game, I walk right up to Michael. How you doing, Michael Jones? How you doing, Magic? How you doing, Larry Bird? How you doing, Charles? I would, you know, make sure I, you know, met my idols before my cup of coffee was done. Yeah. And every reaction from those stars, except Larry Bird, was the same. It was like, Ced, get out of here, man. You tripping, man. You're supposed to be here, and you're good, and we know about you from Fullerton. And I'm like, what?
Was it overwhelming for you at all? Like,
very overwhelming. I mean, just, you know, for Michael.
You're there. You're in the moment.
For Michael Jeffrey Jordan to call you
how was
Ced,
that?
not Cedric.
Oh.
He was like, Ced, you tripping. Like, oh, I'm like, what?
That's
like,
crazy.
You know, it's bananas. So.
What about Bird?
That's the great
I was
part.
I want to hear about Bird.
The hit from French Lick had something to say.
You know, well, I checked in and I spoke to him.
Trash.
And him and my assistant coach at the time, Paul Westfall, were on the same team together at one point. And kids, close your ears. You know, he's like, Westy, you got this piece of shit guarding me? Oh, this is a field day today. And I was just like, okay, nice to meet you too, Mr. Bird. And that's just the way Larry was. He just, when he was on the court, and, you know, afterwards he was great. You know, I got to sit down with him and Bill Russell and Robert Parrish. And, you know, they're just great. I mean, they're just great guys. But just on the court, he wanted tear you from limb to limb. I know you've heard all the Magic and Bird stories about,
Yeah, 100%.
even though Magic was a great guy, he wanted to rip his head off and he didn't want to be friends with him and that's just the way Larry was, and he still is to this day. If he's competing against you, he don't want to be your buddy.
Was there a defining moment for you in your career in the NBA that lets you know that you left your mark, or that you really left your imprint on the NBA, or what was the defining moment that,
or like that, like you felt
that you
like
knew that you were
there
part of
to,
it?
like,
Yeah.
92 dunk contest.
It has to be, yeah.
That's before our time. We're born in '95 over here. So that's why you guys
gotta
feel
Google
old
it.
over here.
You gotta Google it.
'95 over here.
You
So
gotta Google it. It was
everybody was talking about it.
And my whole strategy, I had dunks. Like if you go back and watch it, I wasn't repeating dunks that everybody else was doing. They were new and inventive dunks, but I just thought that I thought the NBA was more staged. As a kid, you're going, oh man, of course Spud's gonna win. He's the shortest person in there. He can't dunk it till you meet him and you go, oh my God, that little dude can dunk. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, and of course Michael's gonna win in Chicago, and of course Dominic's gonna win here. And you just thought that that's how it was supposed to go. It's one time that I didn't think it was that stage when Dr. J lost to Larry Nance, and I was like, how is that? I'm in tears going, what Doctor is the best? Who could beat Dr. J at Duncan? I just didn't, until I met Larry Nance and played against him and go, 6'10", 6'11", jumping like this. It's like, yes, he was supposed to win that. So I just thought when I was going into it, Larry Johnson, Grandmama, opportunity to be Rookie of the Year. Sean Kemp had lost 2 times, and this was his year.
Sean Kemp was, massive with it.
Yeah, he was massive with it. We had Nick Anderson. He was in Orlando, so I thought that they were going to be rooting for him. All these factors, I was like, nobody's, this. And then every round, I would just squeeze in, and I never stopped doing my creative stuff, like the stuff that I was doing, nobody else was doing or had done before. Bounce the ball over the backboard, touch my shoes with the ball, stuff like that. And then when Magic gave me the idea, Magic Johnson gave me the idea for the blindfold. When we were shooting around LA, he had already retired and announced his HIV and he wasn't going to play. And then he started working out again because he was voted as a starter in the All-Star game in Orlando, which is ironic, the Orlando Magic and that whole thing. So he's shooting around. Magic's like, what you gonna do, Sid? You got because D Brown did all that, and you had to do that. And I'll take you to our college All-Star dunk contest, where I beat D Brown, and everything that D Brown did in that dunk contest, our first year, our rookie year together. I didn't get to go because D Brown was playing and I wasn't playing. You had to be playing to be in a dunk contest because the NBA wanted people to know who you were. So I wasn't playing for Phoenix my first year, and D Brown was for Boston because they sucked.
He wanted the
yeah,
right.
And I did all those dunks. I pumped up my shoes. And everything that he did in the NBA dunk contest, I beat him in the college senior dunk contest. So he took everything. So I'm at home pissed. I'm at home like, that's my 20 grand. That's my shoe endorsement. That's everything right there. So when Magic sparked that, what you gonna do when D Brown, I'm like, I wanted to go, you know what, he took one, no, I gotta take it to another level. So I got with the Phoenix Suns gorilla, and he said he tried this before. It didn't work out, but it was perfect for him because he ended up smashing against the glass. He muffled his face, he gets up, and it's hilarious. It's perfect. So I was like, okay, if I get eliminated, I contact the NBA. If I get eliminated, I'm going to do that stunt. I'm going to fake like I got hurt and this, that, and the other. The mascots are going to run out with the gurney, and they're going to place the ball on the gurney and run back out. It's going to be hilarious, and I'm going to be out of the dunk contest. It's going to be great. It's showmanship, you know. But when I went up and made the dunk, you can actually see it in the video. I'm holding the backboard going, okay, what do I do now? That wasn't supposed to go like that, you know what I'm saying? Because I had tried to make that dunk, and I made it like 2.5 times, and it wasn't pretty. I mean, it just, just like Magic's All-Star game moment, like to end it the way he did, and to be the MVP and to make the shot. It was just the basketball gods were they just lined up for me that day, and that's how it went down. But it's so crazy when you're walking to the dunk contest through the All-Star lobby, and nobody's like, no big deal, whatever. But then when you come back with the trophy, it's like mob, city, security, and everything, and it's just bananas. So that's when I was like, okay, now people know me.
Right.
And then 2 weeks after that, I sat down with our assistant coach, Lionel Hollins, and he's like, what are you going to be? Are you going to be a guy who's known just for the dunk contest? He brought up Kenny Walker and all these guys who had won, once, and then their career just wasn't how it was supposed to be. Are you going to be that guy, or are you going to bust your butt and try to actually become something? And then that's when I really started taking a little bit more serious and trying to play, be
Was there
effective.
someone like who took you under your wing to show you like this is how it is to like really?
I was a watcher. I was a watcher. I watched Dan Marley work, how hard he worked. I watched the professionalism of KJ. I watched Tom Chambers take care of his body. The discipline and the control from Jeff Hornacek. I watched the veterans that are ahead of me. And then when I still didn't have it yet until we got Charles Barkley. And when we acquired Charles, they were going to Barcelona for Olympics. I called the NBA office and said, can I, just be a fly on the wall? It got me a pass. So I flew over to Barcelona for 2 of those games. And I just followed Charles around like a little puppy dog to try to figure out, how do I change from a pretty good bench player, a sometime starter, to a superstar, or somebody's, that has that's relied upon to win games, and the reason why we lost this game is because of him, and the reason why we won this game is because how do I do that? And I just watched him and just the whole phenomenon of the dream team and all that, and I was like, okay, now I get it. No matter what's going on, no matter how many crazy people are want a picture or touch you or autographs, or you got to deal with media, or you got to do this, when the ball goes up, you have to erase all that and just kick whoever's in front of you's butt. And that's when it changed. And I, next year I became an all-star and 20+ point scorer. And it just went from there.
Mm-hmm. Is there one team that you felt like that you felt most comfortable with, or that just was your favorite team throughout your career? Well,
family and teammate wise, it was with the Suns when we went to the finals. That the whole thing, we laughed, loved, and cried together. But being the LA Lakers, there's franchises. The Lakers, the Celtics, the New York Yankees, the Cowboys.
Right.
No matter where they go, there's fans everywhere. And it was shocking, my first road trip when I was with the Lakers. You're running out. Boston was the only place that we got booed. Running out of that tunnel.
Everyone else cheered.
Running out of that tunnel was cheering, and you're like, I'm in Milwaukee. Like, you running out. I'm in Minnesota. Like, what? The whole place is purple and gold, and you're like, wow. And even Phoenix, where we want to beat LA, I go back and we run out the tunnel, and I never heard the cheers before because I'm on the other side wanting them to boo them. So I never heard the cheers, and I came out as a Laker, and I'm like, I never heard them cheering for Lakers like this. But everywhere you go, it was ridiculous, except Boston. So it's that was an attention getter for a lot of people. Like, man, this guy can really play, and you going. And you get in late night, 2, 3 in the morning, and there's a crowd of people there waiting to get an autograph, get a picture, get something from you as you're checking in a hotel on the road. So that was phenomenal. Which you probably get the same thing when.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
When you're taking somebody's 70-foot yacht, you go, hey, can I get your picture before you take my yacht?
Yeah, that doesn't happen a lot. No.
Give me your high or low end, though, Ken. The lowest end that you repoed and the highest end.
Well, there are some assets that we abandoned. We just leave it because it's not worth anything.
That 64 beat up. You know what? Let's leave that there.
We don't need that. I actually was asked to repossess a boat that should have been worth $200,000. It got sunk in Pentagon Lake, right by the White House. I'm like, it's there. We're not getting it. So, I mean, we get a bunch of crap. There was a little 152 airplane, which is as small as you can get, a little 2-seater, that had been sitting for 5 years. So we leave those. There's a couple different biggest. I've done 6 different cargo ships that were close to 1,000 feet. So they're monsters.
Yeah.
And then I had one case where I had to repossess a small Mexican airline, which was 3 727s.
Wow.
The
whole business just came.
Yeah, just took all 3. Peace. See you. We're out.
What?
Yeah.
That's
So,
unbelievable.
and luckily they were Mexican, which is so much easier. But yeah, that was $70-80 million worth of airplanes. So that was a good day.
That was a great day.
That was a good day.
That was a great
We
day.
like that one.
Have you gotten in a vehicle and like, I can't drive this thing. I can't fly this thing. I can't navigate.
Yeah, we have to do that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we just, the pilots will take it to the other side of the airfield or whatever. Then at that point, it's really stressful. We did that once with a fighter jet down in Tuskegee, of all places, which is, everybody knows how historical that place is. So we're down there, we're getting a fighter jet. Our pilot starts to taxi it out. He says it has no brakes. We got to turn around. So we left it with the maintenance guy who was supposed to fix the brakes. Turns out he was buddies with the debtor. So he, after we leave, calls the debtor and says, "Hey, these guys are here to take your plane." Next thing we know, we're getting calls that this plane's been moved to Montgomery, Alabama. Debtor took it back. And we're like, "You rotten son of a gun." So we started tracking it. He's flying it. We were able to figure out that he was flying to Destin, Florida. So I was able to have one of our guys and 2 policemen there. So as soon as he landed and brought it over, he was arrested on the spot. I'm like, it's pretty good though to have people as he lands there to pick him up and arrest him. So
After you take hold of the vehicle, how long was the process where you turn it in?
So they have a right to make the loan or make it current, so they can make those payments. That's usually a 15 to 30 day period. After that, we're licensed brokers, so then we sell everything.
You guys sell it, or you sell it?
IRG Group. Yep, and we sell it. Most of it's on internet auction. We're working with Gwick to do $4 million gift cards to buy a jet from us. Get that set up soon. Put in the code REPO and you can get 10% off your $4 million jet.
Well, that's pretty
Right?
pretty good. You could
Are
sell.
you kidding me?
You could sell gift card hours, flight hours.
See?
You know,
Now we're working.
$5,000-$10,000 dollars worth of flight hours.
My Renegade Repo fans, Airplane Repo fans, are going to love that.
Yeah.
I forget the question.
No, it's
it's
really funny. Like looking at your NBA career and looking at your TV career over the past 10, 15 years, and really with you the past 20, 30 years. It's really unbelievable to see. Like I'm a huge TV show fan and a basketball fan, so watching how your mindset is and how you prepare to get in these situations, it's very similar for us and how we create our business and how we move forward with our business. Seeing the success that you guys have had in your careers, it's just very interesting to see how similar the mindsets are when we're trying to come up with different strategies or when we're trying to come up with different ways to get our business out there. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting.
Wow, that's cool. So where can they grab a hold of the Gwick app?
Yeah, so right now we're available on both the App Store and the Google Play Store. That's both the App Store and